Hi friends, it's Melissa, and towards the end of 2025, I was invited to two Adobe events that were happening in LA, and I wanted to share my unforgettable experience with you. Even though it was last year, these events had a lasting effect on me as a designer and on a personal level as well. The first event I was invited to was at Adobe headquarters in LA, and it was called Adobe's Creative Retreat. I go to Cal Poly Pomona, and the art department chair, Anthony Acog, who was also my professor a few semesters ago, was the one who nominated me to attend, and receiving the email was so exciting. I told my whole family. It was an invite-only event with college students and I believe recent grads from all around California. I met up with two other Cal Poly students, Mia and Alvin, which was so great because I didn't feel that alone. But everyone was so welcoming, and I made some awesome design friends that I stayed in contact with today. Adobe spoiled us. Every meal, snack, and dessert was incredible. I definitely left this event so enlightened and inspired by the crash courses and advice that was given to us by successful creators and designers. I took lots of notes. We got cool opportunities like taking professional headshots for our LinkedIns or portfolios. But speaking of portfolios, we got industry pros to review ours, and I got mine reviewed by Hannah Shin, who was super sweet and helpful. Overall, I am very grateful for this experience. I finally felt like I belonged. Freshman me would not believe that I was invited to Adobe HQ to hang out with a bunch of talented designers and creatives. But she would also be even more surprised that I got invited to Adobe Max. I'm not even sure where to begin because honestly it feels so surreal. This was my first convention, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but Adobe went above and beyond. I attended Adobe Max with my good friend Yessie, and we later met up with Cal Poly alumni Vicky Vong and our art department chair Anthony Acott. Immediately we got free hoodies and then we explored. The creative park was like Disneyland or Coachella for designers and creatives. So many cool collabs like this Sharpie and Adobe collab was so fun. I colored a little character and got a chance to test out their new animation features that I've never tested out or tried out before, so that was awesome. Look how cool my little monster came out. He's so silly and goofy and he's built like me. When I tell you it was like designer heaven, free goodies everywhere. So many kind people showing us new features and demonstrations. There was a cool section that handed out a pin that had the number of years you've been using Adobe products, which was so wholesome. For me, it's been 5-ish years. I added patches to my hoodie, which I was clearly so excited to do. I love customizing and personalizing my things, so this was a great activity for me. After some more exploring, we came across the Coca-Cola collab, and I put this design together with my name and they made it come alive. Here's a photo of me, and then some people grabbed me some extra Coca-Colas, which I thought was really funny. I attended a few sessions throughout my few days at Max, and they did not disappoint. Hearing about people's failures and then successes made me realize that we all go through struggles, but it does get better eventually. Adobe Express had a cute section called Cafe Espresso. Get it? How fun is that? We got a cute travel mug and customized a sticker, but at the end they had an actual cafe. I got a matcha that was either ube or lavender, not sure, but it was great. One of the perks of being a student at Max was that they held a private student bash at a bowling alley, and I got to reunite with creative friends that I had made prior at the Adobe Creative Retreat. There's me with the big old letters, all excited. And also, hello, James Gunn, the director of Superman and Guardians of the Galaxy. My boyfriend was so excited when I showed him the video. James Gunn has so much wisdom, and I'm so glad I chose to stop by the keynote. The creator stage was awesome. I got to listen in on some great advice on creating content and how to be authentic with it. Speaking about creators, I got to meet some lovely designers and creatives who I look up to, like Adam the Illustrator, Katrina, who I also met at the Creative Retreat, Elle, and Merlene. Guys, I can yap all day about this, but Adobe Max was one of my highlights of 2025, and I'm still carrying all those creative juices from those days into 2026. This year, prepare to be sick of me because I want to create stuff, so I shall create. Also, if you stayed into the end, hello, thank you. Also, it would be funny to see how many times I said Adobe in this video. Thank you so much, Adobe, for these experiences, and thank you for watching, friends. See you next time.